There are some signals on the horizon that suggest there are some opportunities here.
The Manitoba legislature is just days away from being filled with stakeholders eager to see Premier Stefanson's budget for the upcoming year, with one expert hoping to use this budget to get a better idea of what the Premier wants.
We know why Brian Pallister wanted to be Premier. We know why Shelley Glover wanted to be Premier. At least we know what she said she wanted. I don't think we know why Heather Stefanson wanted this job. So I think this budget is maybe her chance to tell us.
University of Manitoba professor Neil MacArthur says this could be the budget where Stefanson goes back to conservative austerity spending, but suspects she's politically someone who will split the difference and may appeal to a non-conservative base through increased healthcare spending. He anticipates spending will focus on emergency and long-term care.
If we wanted to be optimistic and say that there was maybe going to be something here that was really effective and forward-looking, I would hope that there'd be money for home care.
MacArthur says a vital piece of the budget will be tangible action following the discovery of unmarked graves at former residential school sites across Canada.
Indigenous people are justifiably looking to governments to see what it means in terms of their concrete actions. Are they going to do, if any time, we're already way overdue, but now is the time for spending on reconciliation.
The fiscal situation we're in is one where the government could invest quite heavily in health and education if it chose to do so.
Jesse HAJER is an assistant professor with the Department of Economic and Labor Studies at the U of M. He says projections show Manitoba could be in a budget surplus situation as early as 2022-2023, and government revenue goes up as inflation does. He says this government has an opportunity to look at remedying the healthcare crisis at the root.
Investing in training new nurses and other healthcare professionals, that's going to take investments in our education system as well as in the healthcare system itself.
The surgery backlog has been a much talked about crisis, but another backlog has formed in Manitoba courtrooms. U of M law professor Brandon TRASK says court cases have time limits set by the Supreme Court of Canada, and this backlog cannot be forgotten about in this year's budget.
There may be some flexibility because of exceptional circumstances surrounding the pandemic, but that's no excuse essentially for the government to not fund the court system appropriately.
The budget is scheduled for release on Tuesday. In Winnipeg, Mike Albanese, City News.